Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of TCS News. I'm Jemadari, and today I'm here with
Madisyn Hall, and today we have a lot in store for you all. Starting with our main story. Ethan, can you tell us about it?
Sure thing, Madisyn. If you didn't know, tensions between the United States and Venezuela have reached a boiling point. What started as a political disagreement over sanctions and leadership has turned into something far more dangerous. A proxy conflict tangled with cartel violence, corruption, and foreign influence. The U.S. accuses Venezuela of protecting drug lords and using cartel money to fund its military operations. Venezuela, on the other hand, says that the United States is waging an economic war meant to suffocate its people and overthrow its government.
Along Venezuela's western border, the fighting has intensified. Cartel groups armed and organized have taken control of key smuggling routes that stretch from Colombia through the Orinoco Basin. Civilians living in those regions are caught in the middle. Villages that once depended on farming are now battlefields. The Venezuelan military claims it's fighting to restore order, but humanitarian organizations say that thousands have already been displaced. Homes have been destroyed, families separated, and supplies cut off.
Meanwhile, in Washington, the U.S. government has increased surveillance and naval presence in the Caribbean. Officials say they're working to contain cartel expansion and prevent further instability near American borders. But critics argue this buildup could drag the U.S. into a regional conflict that nobody is truly prepared for. As the situation grows worse, the fear of a full-scale war between U.S.-backed rebels and Venezuelan forces feels like a rumor and more like a reality waiting to unfold itself.
In early August, U.S. President Donald Trump publicly called for Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, to step down immediately. He accused Maduro of harboring terrorists, poisoning nations with drugs, and starving his own people. In response, Maduro gave a defiant speech from the presidential palace in Caracas saying, "We will not kneel to foreign powers or their puppets. Venezuela's independence is not for sale." Those words sparked both pride and panic among Venezuelans, pride for those loyal to him, and panic for those fearing another war on their soil.
Since the start of the latest clashes, over 20,000 Venezuelan refugees have crossed into neighboring countries. Border towns in Colombia and Brazil are overwhelmed. Aid workers describe scenes of mothers carrying children for miles, fathers begging for medicine, and communities running out of food and water. Satellite images show smoke from border skirmishes visible from space. Both the United Nations and Organization of American States have urged immediate peace talks, but neither side is showing signs of slowing down.
What's even more concerning is the cartel influence that has spread across Venezuela's government and military ranks. Intelligence leaks suggest that several high-ranking officers are cooperating with drug lords in exchange for protection and funding. This makes it nearly impossible to tell who's fighting for the government, who's fighting against it, and who's fighting to survive. Its chaos is not just politically, but morally.
The economic situation is collapsing too. With oil exports restricted and foreign sanctions tightening, the Venezuelan currency has hit low records. Food prices have tripled in just 6 months. Electricity outages and fuel shortages are a part of daily life. And still, both the United States and Venezuela blame each other for the suffering of ordinary citizens. The U.S. says corruption caused it. Venezuela says sanctions did. Either way, the people are paying the price.
The world is watching closely. European nations, including France and Germany, have condemned the violence and urged for restraint. Latin American leaders are split, some quietly supporting U.S. intervention, others warning that other foreign-backed conflict in the region would tear apart the continent's fragile peace. Behind every headline, there are families trying to survive, students who can't attend school, and communities living in fear of what tomorrow will bring.
You know, Madisyn, when you look at all of this, it's hard to take sides. There are no true winners in war, only story of loss. The people in the middle are the innocent. They're the ones who lose everything. The farmers who can't plant, the mothers who can't feed their kids, the children who grow up hearing gunfire instead of music.
Exactly. It's easy for leaders to make threats and promises from behind podiums, but the real cost is measured in lives, in hunger, fear, and grief. Whether it's caused by corruptions, cartels, or political pride, what's happening in Venezuela is a human tragedy first and a political crisis second.
And maybe that's what the world needs to remember. Before borders, before flags, before politics, there are people. People who just want peace, food, and safety. Until those voices are heard, this conflict will keep burning, and the world will just keep watching.
Now let's move on to some TCS news.
Last Thursday, we went back to the Lyric for our monthly visit. Our seminar is taught by Mr. Mitch, and our music is produced by Mr. Antonio. We started with a body warm-up, then vocal exercises, which included tongue twisters like red leather, yellow leather, and the rhyme Old MacDonald. We later learned a new word called a tableau. Madisyn, can you tell us what a tableau is?
Yeah. A tableau is a group of motionless figures representing the ending scene of a play.
After we had to create a tableau ourselves. Each group had to create a tableau acting out a scene that they made. An example of a scene is actually Madisyn's. It's actually Madisyn's group. As you can see, all on the big screen behind me, Madisyn was resurrected from the dead. I really enjoyed the tableaus that we all created. It was very creative. After we made our tableaus, we moved on to making our own tour trailers, which 2 other people had to act out.
Everyone was very creative with their trailers. So many of them thought outside of the box, and so were the people who acted them out. One of the trailers contained a fight with an alpha and an omega. Overall, I think I learned a lot from my second visit to the Lyric, and I hope to have more enjoyable experiences like this.
I agree with you, Madisyn. It's always a blessing going to the Lyric. We all love and appreciate everyone at the Lyric. We cannot wait for the next seminar.
This Monday, we had our first YPF seminar. YPF stands for Young Playwrights Festival. This festival is sponsored by Center Stage. This seminar was taught by Miss Suzanne. Miss Suzanne is a director, performer, and teaching artist from Georgia. She has lived in many different states and has been to 44 out of 50 states in America. She loves reading, singing, and traveling.
After Miss Susan introduced herself, it was our turn to introduce ourselves. We got out of our seats and did our spooky introductions with our warm-up. When we finished that, we moved on to Miss Susan's slideshow. Hey Madisyn, can you tell us what was on the slideshow?
Yeah, sure thing, Ethan. The main topic on the slideshow was the theme for YPF. It is Hear the World and Heal the World. What this topic means to me is actively paying attention to global issues like poverty, war, and neglect, and then responding with empathy and compassionate action to create a better and more peaceful world for everyone. I think this is a very important topic that everyone should think about no matter the age group. The world right now is not in its best place. Teens like us should be thinking about ways to heal the world and make our voices heard.
I agree with you, Madisyn. This is a great theme, and I cannot wait to start writing on my play. Thank you, Ms. Susan, for the amazing first YPF seminar. This was a banger, and we cannot wait to spend the next 8 weeks with you. On Tuesday, we had our guest artist seminar. This week, we had the honor to meet Ms. Jenny O'Grady. Ms. Jenny is a book artist. She's been the editor of UMBC magazine for 8.5 years. She's also the editor of a literary art group journal called the Arts Eucharistic. Hey Madisyn, can you give us some more background about her art?
Yeah, Miss Jenny writes many poems in her art book. Her poems are always inspired by something personal. For example, this bird book she created. What inspired her to make this was when she saw her son sleeping and wondered what if he had something warm to sleep with. She also showed us a heart she created with when her husband was having heart conditions. She showed us many more of her creations, such as a lanternfly that reminded her of her childhood memory on the farm. I really enjoyed the art seminar, and I learned a lot about her and her life.
I agree. I really liked everything about this art seminar and hope to see more like this. We appreciate the time you spent here, letting us learn about book art.
Now let's move on to our special recognitions for this week. This week we have a total of 3 spotlights, with our first going to Mr. Tom.
Mr. Tom has been a big support throughout my years here. He's the type of person who makes the most out of everything, no matter what, and always has his hands full. He's very hardworking and disciplined. He's recently been preserving through a lot more, leading him to go to the hospital due to issues with his gallbladder that he didn't realize he had at all. We are very grateful he's here today with us, even though he's still recovering.
I agree. We are very glad to see you back in the classroom working with us once again. You're always there to give advice. We're wishing you a smooth recovery. Next on our list is going to be Miss Janai. Miss Janai, thank you for helping out TCS by coming in on such a short notice without hesitation to help Mr. Tom while he was in the hospital. We really appreciate you, Mr. Dunn. This is my very first year with you, and I can already tell you are a big help to the school.
For some background, Ms. Shania was a graduate. She graduated in 2017. Ms. Shania came back to help out the school and Mr. Tom. She taught for 1 year and was on the staff for her last year. Even though she's not teaching here anymore, she still plays a big role in our school. And now, to our last recognition, thank you, Miss Sadie, for always being there to help us out with our work and keep everything organized. The school would not be running smoothly without you being here for Mr. Tom and us when in need.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Madisyn, why are you singing that song?
You already forgot about the special birthday we had last Thursday?
Oh yeah, we can't forget about my boy Jason's birthday, which was last Thursday. We hope you enjoyed it, and we are really lucky to have you in the school.
I agree with you, Ethan. We really appreciate you, Jason, and we hope you had a great birthday. Now we would like to thank everyone who brought in lunches.
Thank you, Miss Lisa, Jason's mom and sponsor, for making lunch for us. The food was brought in by Jason's father. He brought lasagna, salad, and bread on the 15th. This meal was so good, and we cannot wait for the next one.
Thank you to the Lyric for giving us pizza chips and fruit cups on the 16th. This meal was one of the best. We love and appreciate you all.
Thank you, Mr. Ria, for bringing us salad, lunch meat sandwiches, and fresh fruit on the 17th. Your meals are always banging.
Thank you, Miss Mary Louise, for bringing in turkey subs and sandwiches, bananas, and brownies. They were very delicious.
And last but not least, thank you to Danny's sister and Miss Kina, Danny's mom and sponsor, for bringing in the amazing scrumptious pizza. And thank you all for watching our news.
We hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.
Bye.
Bye.